Hey everyone, hope everything is good. It's me again. Margaret. And today I'm doing another Action Force review. This is the Swarm Hoard Trooper, PowerCon exclusive. And I was going to pass on this one, and I ended up buying him. And I've seen a lot of people talk really good about this figure. Oh, really awesome, really awesome, really. I am not as enamored as everyone else. I'm just going to be straight up about it. That doesn't mean I think it's terrible. I do like it. I bought one specifically to be a squad leader. And I think he works in that capacity. However, past that, uh, you know, it's... And I'm really choosing my words carefully here because I know if I don't choose them carefully, it's going to come back and bite me in the ass. You know, it is a repaint. And I've maintained that Vala knows how to do repaints. And, you know, this is what I think an exclusive should be, though, is a repaint you don't have to have. That works for me. And I could have easily passed this up and not felt any worse. However, as a result of it being a repaint, it's not as overwhelming to me as a new figure would be. That said, there is a new head, which is good. And again, it's not a figure that you're required to get. I did like the little thing on the file card where it says that they're rumored to be assassins. They don't know if they even exist, and that's kind of cool because then it's like, yeah, you don't have to have them in your collection if you don't want to. Again, the red is cool, and it's a good callback to Hoard. It's not the same thing as the eel. You know, I did feel a little underwhelmed by the eel because it was just a straight repaint of Torpedo with a few minor things. And some people really love that. I don't know why. You know, but I'm not as over the moon on this as most people because, again, it is mostly a straight repaint. That being said, though, I mean, it does bring a little bit of personality to the Swarm. Now, of course, as being almost a straight repaint, at least there's some different highlights in the details. That I can dig. And, again, there was that BotCon exclusive Wasp Raider who was green, who I did want at one time for the exact purpose of what I wanted this one for as a squad leader. And that worked for me. The red is a little different because it's not, it doesn't feel as connected to the Swarm as, say, green. Green and yellow are pretty close together on the spectrum, is probably why. Red and yellow are pretty close too, but they're just a tiny bit further away from each other, which makes it a little different. Still, I think he works as a squad leader, and I do like him for that capacity. So yeah, I mean that's what I'm using him for as a squad leader. You know, it's hard to go over the accessories because it's really the same thing. It's got the shield, he's got the backpack, he's got the Vector, and he's got the handgun. And the handgun is my least favorite gun in the line. It's my least favorite handgun of all in the line. You know, but the thing is, I don't mind it as much with the Swarm Troopers because it looks futuristic and kind of fits them. Because they're kind of leaning heavily into the sci-fi elements. Whereas, you know, Action Force is kind of a little bit more grounded militarily. The fact they come with the same kind of gun, though, kind of always has bothered me. That would be my one complaint of the line overall, is that Action Force and the Swarm have the same pistol. For articulation, yeah, you know what you get. So this is a good one, but it's not. Again, it doesn't feel like a must-have for the collection. You know, it's good, and that's how I'll keep it. Is good. It's funny because all the Valaverse. A lot of the Valaverse exclusives have led me to have keeping packaging. This time I'm not going to keep the package though. That one's getting the file card clipped and the points clipped and going in the garbage. So it's not that it's a bad package. It's just not as dynamic as the There's also going to be that glow-in-the-dark one. I'm going to get that for the novelty. But, you know, again, I don't see me grabbing too many more repaints of um, Wasp Troopers, or Wasp Troopers, listen to that. I'm sorry, Swarm Troopers, or Swarm types. Again, you know, I can see why some people would love it. Uh, you know, I don't hate it if it's done well, but it's not something that makes me go over the moon either. I do not understand people going over the moon for this figure. I mean, it's cool, but it's not like super overwhelmingly cool. You know, it's like I don't really have a comparison necessarily. Maybe, you know, it's kind of like having a variation Joe Trooper or Cobra Trooper that is, you know, you can tell it's the Trooper, but it's not the same. So yeah, I mean, it kind of goes in that vein. Again, not terrible, but not like over the moon fantastic. I don't hate it, that's for sure. I don't absolutely love it either. If you have the chance to get one, I would recommend it just because it's Valaverse, man. I can also say that you know, we're getting back to form on the articulation and stuff. It's like, you know, these guys can move right out of the box, no reason to heat them up or anything. We're getting into that, but they're not loose in any way, shape, or form. So that's a plus. And, you know, people complain because Valaverse is a little more expensive, but you know what? I feel like you get more than you get what you pay for. I didn't go over the hands because, let's face it, we all know you get 6 extra hands with Valaverse, including 8 if you include the ones that are already on there. We all know that. It's not something I need to go over a million times. And so, yeah, there's. Yeah, and, you know, some people scoffed at his price. Keep in mind, though, you do have the shield and the backpack with that, so that does kind of up the value a little bit. Again, I liked it. Again, I enjoyed it. You know, gonna get one of those glow in the dark for the novelty of it, and then we'll see where it goes from there. But I know Vala has shown off they got some new molds coming, so that we're kind of finally gonna get out of this repaint thing, or at least have some variations that we can have different bodies and different things going on. So that's a plus. I would like to see something more with the swarm, maybe a female trooper, and then maybe, you know, some variations on that to have them looking different but being the same. Scarabs is a good example. I mean, you know, throw some scarabs out there. You know, something along those lines I think would work really well for the swarm at this point. Okay, so that will wrap up for now my look at Valaverse Action Force Swarm Hoard. Don't forget to like and subscribe.